Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know you have been waiting for a long time, but finally we got this reaction coming out. I know the music video has been out for a long time, and I know I've been saying I'm gonna react to it for a long time, but
it is time.
So without further ado, I want to welcome you guys to my channel. If you are new, my name is Daniel, aka Phoenix DTS. Do a lot of filmmaker reacts on this channel where I check out a film trailer or music video from a filmmaking perspective to help you guys understand what goes into making your favorite videos on the internet, kind of like breaking them down cinematically, how they do it behind the scenes, sets, shots, all that stuff. We're gonna be talking about it, but I'm also a huge fan of BTS. And by the way, check out my new light. I don't know if I'll keep it here, but we're testing it out. So I'm a huge fan of BTS, and I love all their songs, love their music videos, got some posters, got art, all that fun stuff. And I've loved this music video for such a long time, and I've been wanting to do a skit or something more than just a regular filmmaker reaction. So I polled you guys a while back on my community tab to see what you guys want, and you voted for a shot-by-shot analysis. So I'm just gonna be like, start, pause, start, pause. So if you wanna see the whole video, just go watch the whole music video. I don't really care if you don't watch this, but I'm gonna be breaking it down as best I can. I just watched the behind the scenes. I'm just be talking about it as much as I can for every shot, breaking it down, telling you guys how they did it, just to give you a little bit more insight. Hopefully that does it justice, and we'll see what happens. I got a new layout and everything, so if you're a fan of that and have any critiques, I'm still working it out, so let me know in the comment section below. And if you wanna see more of these, drop me one of these. But anyways, without further ado, let's drop into the shot-by-shot analysis of BTS Spring Day. Kind of nervous. All right, this is the easy part. I got like this early intro, big hit, and then we're good. And the start and stop begins. Okay, this is an actual train station. We're starting off like kind of like a wide shot. We got the letterbox rolling in to make it more cinematic. And we got weather. Weather is a good way to pull your audience in. That's basically the same thing. We're pulling out a little bit more. I'm talking about weather because it's something that we all can relate to. This is a real place, by the way. So we're just shifting a lot of wide shots just to establish where we are and kind of, I'm guessing, the loneliness that V is facing right here. But yeah, this is a real place by the look of it in the behind the scenes. That's a cutting on action, so when we do the same thing twice and then we cut in between the action to look like it's all one seamless transition, kind of fools your brain. And now we're cutting up really close onto the railroad pole and hearing it. And very soft. Like, look how soft his skin is. Almost a little out of focus, but not at the same time. And then we're blasting these sounds in to kind of like give us an idea. Like, we're putting in the perspective of V what he's listening to, and now we're transitioning into this, and it's like a train, so it kind of fits like he's listening to the train down the road. I don't know. Okay, now this shot always gets me because it's like a weird VHS looking shot of, it's on top of a train, I'm guessing, just following it from behind. Because like the quality's not that great. And then here we go with the actual interior. We got like strong lighting here, a very soft light because it's through the window. Inside the train cart, which I think was simulated. Could be wrong, it could be an actual train, but from some of the sets it looked like maybe just like a train cart by itself, like as a rig, and they engineered everything around it. Pushing in closer again, you know, just kind of getting more intimate with with Jungkook. I'm gonna call them characters or actors. I love this shot with Jimin. It's nice and wide. Interestingly enough, like, you don't see the ground, you just see him like floating on the black letterbox bar. But we get this nice parallel line with the rule of thirds, with the ocean, clear skies for the most part. It's just a really cool shot. More ocean shots. A lot of this is just like build up, slow, you know, just kind of get the environment and the tone of it all. Same thing from behind. We got some nice depth of field. Here we go. We got a slow like transition moving in, and we're just cutting closer to Jimin, getting some of that mood. Again, lots of turning with RM. This I think would most definitely be like just a simulated train cart, just one cart or something that they put in the studio they can have control over, not really moving, just to control everything because we're blasting it with these lights and stuff. And then this is gonna level out and we're gonna follow him. I'm gonna get water. Cutting back to V, and then that allows us to get this transition because I don't think the two were linked really. This is some cool, excuse me. Either this end of the clip here, like this end of this, the set is not real, it's not part of the other train, it's just like a little cutout, and they just use that right in front of this other set, which I do think this is a set. Or it's just a pop-up. I don't think this is like a little thing. Has to be built, this thing right here. And yeah, because like all this looks like simulated snow and everything. So that's probably just like a little cutout that he uses to exit out, just to use as a fake transition between the scenes. You could even see kind of some of the light reflections here, probably from the studio. Unless that's supposed to be like a TV inside, I don't know. Cutting back to Jungkook. I guess this is supposed to be like a continuation of RM's walking. This another like a different cart, but it's like the same concept that they just have a bunch of individual carts in a studio that they can use to their disposal. But I do like the tracking from behind. It really gives us like a sense of perspective, like who we're following throughout the music video. Because I think even RM has said like this song is kind of like about him and his relationship with, I think, Suga. Correct me if I'm wrong. So a lot of intercutting between all these. So a lot of these are shot all together and then they just slice them up to cut in between this to create more tension and build up. This I saw was like a hotel set built that it's really easy to do. I mean, you just have like all these flats, that's what they're called, and they're just like fake walls you put up the doors and wallpaper and just decorate it as if it were a real thing. But this looks like some slow motion, so we'd crank up the frames per second, like 120, 240, and just really, and then we got some speed ramps too, because it's speeding up and slowing down. This too was a soundstage. We're just like an aerial shot, probably it's either on a crane or something, and all these stairs are just built inside a little soundstage. And when I say a soundstage, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. It's like a big ass room that's like completely blocked off, soundproof from the outside world, and it's just basically that's like, it's a little warehouse that you shoot a movie in, and that's all that there is. It's just, and you can put in as much film equipment and stuff and recreate scenes and settings, and you just shoot your movies in there. It's a very cheap, easy, practical way to make movies. Close up from above. I don't know if it's the cameras or whatever, or it's just the makeup design, and just their faces are so smooth. It almost looks like they're out of focus sometimes, but then their eyes are perfectly in focus. So I don't know. So this goes again with my prediction of it's like a crane shot, because it's just levitating and just zooming up, and then now we're going into Jin. This thing too is a beautiful shot. We got this carousel that's out in the middle of nowhere, or a swing set or whatever. Yeah, and it just it almost looks like a green screen, but it's not a green screen, because like just the way it's the depth the sky looks with Jungkook. Here's the same thing. This is kind of like the cam that was on the back of the train earlier on, because like all the still looks kind of not super sharp. Here we go, same thing. See, this is why I like this shot with Jimin, because it's super wide and it looks like he's walking on the letterbox, but he's actually walking on the ground. So it's like, is he walking on water? Where's he walking? It's just a weird way to line up the shot that you don't see a lot. You normally have it shifted a little down, where this line would be a little bit more on his head and we'd see some of the sand walking. This is the same shot we cut to a little bit. Same thing here. This is probably like this is like a lower shot to show like these are the guys. They're in power because we're below them looking up. These are all these shots cut together just to show like a group dynamic. A lot of two shots, or there were one shots. We got this. No, this is a two. I mean, they got this in the background, and all this, like this whole room is fake. That's cool, but it looks so like an authentic hotel room, right? Because like all the design and stuff. This was that shot through a mirror? Boing. It's shot through something because we get this weird foreground element with like these plants or something. So it creates more depth. These are very fast cuts compared to the rest of the music video. It's very drawn out and slow. But we're just showing these boys surviving. That was an outside shot with a lot of teal. Look at the amount of teal that's in the background. And then we contrast it with the oranges in his skin tone. That's a very common practice. Group shot, wide shot. We like to cut back to the shot of Jungkook a lot. This very soft lit shot inside the in the train cart. Here's that same shot, it's a little wider. I'm guessing it's on a smooth gimbal, and now we're just pushing out to a wide. Now we actually can see the floor that Jimin's on, because these shoes are significant, and we needed to highlight that earlier on. This is outside the laundry room. Okay, now we've introduced a new set here. Now we're pushing in, so it's like kind of getting a little bit more intense because all the shots are slowly zooming into the subjects. Except for that one and that one. More slow-mo. Slow-mo always just makes everything more, like, dramatic and cinematic, you could say. And they're using that a lot in this video, especially with the rotations, just to make it more mesmerizing. Like, especially like that is one of the biggest words I use to describe this song, is just mesmerizing. Because with that melody in the background and just like that swaying back and forth, it really just draws you in, and that, I think this video highlights that perfectly. We've introduced a new set. This is an actual sound stage, a green screen stage. All the walls are green, but they're blacked out because the only light is this light, and they literally have a mountain of clothes in the stage, and Suga's just sitting on it. And I think that's so cool. We keep getting these shots where it's like kind of out of focus and kind of retro cam looking. I don't know what the point of that is. Because when we cut in here, it like looks perfectly sharp again. Yeah, all this is just a one light. That's why everything else is dark around it, because it's just like a one spotlight on Suga. This is a green screen. The sky is. This is not. Even though it does look very realistic, I imagine they had someone go out and record like a shot like that outside of a car or something of the sunset, and then just blowing it up on the big screen for J-Hope to sit next to. That's a common practice, as opposed to just recreating it totally in post. You actually have like a digital representation of it on set that the actor can react to. I kind of like that style a little bit more if you have to use a green screen, because it just makes it a little bit more authentic and gives the actor something to work with. Same thing from a different angle, just being free. Same shot from before with Jin. Now this is probably a drone shot of the train. Coming back to there. Here we go. This is a subtle push into Jimin with these shoes and his distraught face. And that's a nice transition. We're like face to center, and then we cut another face to center. It's just a cool way to mirror shots. Back to Jungkook. See the like a long exposure, slow shutter speed shot, because they're all like just walking around him, and you can see like their outlines and shadows, and he's just perfectly still because he's not really moving. But when he does move, he is like the rest. So we get that effect where he's just not really like having that weird wavy effect like my hands are doing right now, because he's not moving, but the rest of them are, so you get that weird motion blur thing with the rest of everybody. Back to the stairs. So here we got more train carts. I'm guessing they're linked together to allow just like a transition. Same thing, this was like the same cutout probably that RM used. But this is why I think this is a set, because like all the lights are completely different. They've completely changed the mood. It's almost like a ghost town of what this place once was, because this used to be the hangout. And so it's like Jungkook's reliving all the stuff that RM did at the beginning, so to create this cool like arc in the story that we've experienced this before, but now it's very different, and we're following it in a different way, even though it's kind of familiar, kind of different. So it's lit differently. It's shot pretty similar because we're following Jungkook. Now we're going through all the locations, and they do this weird. They haven't done it yet. I like this. It's like the team up shot where it was moving really fast with Jungkook, and then we got to here, and it kind of slowed down and didn't really move that much. And they're all just like, "All right, we're doing this," and then and then we move again, and it just ramps up back into speed. So that's a group shot, and then we get the slow mo at the end too, following them. That was a digital train. That train was not there, but the way we cut it with Jungkook looking, it makes us look. It makes us. We trick our mind into thinking that they were elements like interacting with each other, even though they have nothing to do with each other. Because you shoot one in one time, you shoot another in a different time. And I forgot the name of it, but it's an effect that when we naturally subconsciously draw association with things that are close together. That has to do with movie shots. So like if I show me a shot, I'm like this, and then we cut to a baby, you think I'm looking at the baby. But if I do this, and then we cut to like a piece of pizza, then you think I'm looking at the piece of pizza. Even they could be completely separate, but because they're right next to each other, you just make that little mental connection that that's what I'm looking at, even though it could be like a completely different transition to another scene. Whew. I like this. This is like from the behind the train and just following it, and we get that noise. Here we go. Close. Okay, this is what I was talking about. The super zoom in and zoom out. Because it's like we're going into his head, and then it's like, boof, and then it's gonna do it again. So cool, so cool. We did that pull out again. Did it again. Okay, this is what I was talking about. It was a green screen. It wasn't just black all around, because now we're using that green screen to simulate that they're on cloud 9 or whatever. They're just above the clouds. And you can do that by just lighting it differently to create that authentic effect, even though they're all just sitting on a big mountain of clothes in front of a green screen. I really like this shot too. This is perhaps like the most cinematic shot of the whole thing, in my opinion, because this is something like I could totally see Christopher Nolan do. You just strap the camera to the side of a train and just let it run, and you just see like the intensity and hear the noises of the train passing on all the rails, and just the weather and the subtle shake. Really awesome shot. The light is getting brighter than it was earlier on. I don't know if you guys can tell that. At least to me it looks brighter because I don't know, it just looks brighter. Or more of this thing is lit. It could be a warming of the season, and we get this light. And now we know that he's actually not alone. He's with all the boys out here. And they're all noticing the light. They're like, yo, something's going on. Wake up. It's kind of warming up. Okay, this is like kind of some Grand Budapest Hotel stuff where you would think, since the previous shot was they were all inside the train car, this is just a little cutout. That's all it is just a little window cutout, and you just open the door just to make it look you're coming out of a whole train. I don't know why, but I really like this shot. Just like Jimin's acting and the colors of the sky is really cool. Nice callback. Like, look at this. Like, where is this? I want to know, because it's just to find this in the middle of nowhere is so cool. The sky looks beautiful in the background. Super nice white shot. And we got the slow-mo. The squad walking through the fields, even though it is freaking cold outside. Another drone shot. I don't know if all of this stuff is actually there or if they're just in the middle of a field. Another following shot. Like, following shots from behind just give you like this, just creates the sense of who we're following in the scene, and we discover everything as they discover it. So that's why it works, because you don't see anything, like you're seeing everything as the characters see it because you're literally with them. Super slow dramatic. He's got the shoes. And everybody's talking about like the connections between this and Stay Gold, because this tree is so barren, and then the Stay Gold tree is like super bright and grown. and we're really drawing connections. Like whatever our character is looking at, and if that object is taking a lot of screen space, like it was right here, like that's literally like half the screen, we know that there's a connection there. Especially when out of everything, it's only them and the tree. And I do like this color transition. It's totally not, it's totally artificial, but, and then this symbolism. And we got all this flower petals and it's a pretty tree. Okay, that was like a 20-something minute video. Dang, from like a 5-minute music video. But you know, I had a cool time breaking it down. I tried to keep up with it as best as I could. Let me know if you guys want me to like not even just like watch it and just like actually just have everything pulled up and just go, this is the shot, this is the shot, this is what this means, this, and just actually just break it down. But I wanted to keep kind of the continuity so you guys see the progression of the music video too. I really love this music video. This song is now my second favorite song because I think it just has grown on me a little bit more than Blood, Sweat, and Tears has. So I really love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the new style because I've been trying to make this work for a little bit. And if you guys want to see more of it, drop me one of these. Let me know any feedback because we're still growing with this. It's not as ironed out as the other filmmaker reacts or the writer reacts. But anyways, guys, hope you did enjoy. Hope you did learn something new. I'm working on my other Avatar video. Still scripting that, so it's going to take a little while for that to come out. But anyways. Subscribe for more videos every single week. And, as always, I want you to find yourself, be yourself, love yourself.
Hi guys, Daniel aka Phoenix here, checking in with you guys at the end of the video. If you did enjoy what you saw, please check out one of these other 2 videos. Or just like the video and subscribe down below for a video every single week. Thank you guys. I love you. Have a good one.